I don't agree with it.
The point was he wasn't trying to argue the point with Eric Wago. He was simply trying to it was basically an ad hominem attack kind of disguised as a point.
He was just trying to provoke.
Yeah, he was just attacking you.
Seriously. I shouldn't take his arguments seriously if they're just designed to make me respond to them, like emotionally or something, and they're just wasting my time. I mean, I'm not going to do tricks for him, and that's basically what that is. You do tricks for me now.
Yeah. I said something about how Wago would have he wants us to perform on demand. He's like, hey, do this. We don't respond well to that.
No. Do not try to enforce things on us.
Don't try to make us do tricks. We'll do tricks of our own volition, but
right.
not on command.
Well, see, that's the thing is, if it's like saying, oh, you want to have, you're a kind of dog that chases rabbits, and here's a rabbit, go get it, and then you get there and you realize, oh, it's a fake rabbit they put out there for just to make me chase it. Well, fuck you. Then I'm going to eat you instead of the rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll be able to get good audio from that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any video from it because of the problem with the meow. Big sigh. Look at that big sigh from Susanna. She's like, it'd be interesting to write a script to that. Starting with slightly before the sigh through right there. To write a script between you and the person you're talking to based on your facial expressions and body language and stuff.
It's her ENTP boyfriend making her smile.
Right. Well, first she's exasperated for a minute. That's probably a good to write a script on, Because first you're exasperated for a minute, and then you kind of give him a kind of smile, not really happy with him smile, and then he makes some sort of joke, and then he's kind of and then at the end you give him the real smile, and then you put back the headphones and you come back on here like he's defeated whatever thing you were being fussy about.
I wasn't being fussy. He was being an idiot, and he apologized.
That's pretty common for us ENTPs.
He was being an idiot and he apologized. An ENTP. I'm not an idiot as often as I used to be. I gotta say, I'm paring it down in general. I have to apologize less frequently. You can imagine the troubles if he has when he finds himself with a platform to speak. he's gonna overreach on a few occasions. Audra is not my style of ENTP though. She's like she just plays a lot more like an INTP. You're super cute.
Like I said, my theory is that I had to get very good at being certain about it. Like compiling it and refining my arguments a little bit more before I played them.
You're in a tough environment for impressing.
Impossible environment for impressing, yes. Very difficult.
Hard to impress.
Hard to impress.
Well, I think the world is hard to impress in general.
I don't know. I've always found the world a lot easier to impress.
Well, I don't know.
Or, you know.
I think you've cultivated a much more initially palatable identity as a maker of things.
There you go. Initially palatable. I like that.
Like, I think you've tidied up the threshold of the doorway to get into your stuff. Make it look presentable for regular people to come over and Osiris Reborn.
I seem pretty harmless at first or something.
Osiris sure does love it around here. That's what I'm gonna. When he comes back in here, because he inevitably will, we're gonna talk about that. Bro, you love us so much. Are you in love with me? I mean, what I mean by I think the world's hard to impress is that I've spent a lot of time making a lot of shit for a long time. And
maybe the world's hard to impress. People are easy to impress. Maybe that's it. In general.
They probably are. But I think it's hard. I don't think I notice or something. Or I don't know what to...
I'm always surprised. I've gotten better at predicting just from, like, practice, but I do forget.
Have you considered wearing those medals around? I think that would help people take you more seriously.
Only on occasion. I've worn, like, when I go to Worlds and I come back with, like, a gold medal, I have been known to wear it home.
I don't blame you. I wear it too.
You know, like, last time it was, like, 2 black eyes and a gold medal. It's like, yeah, okay. Please let me on the plane. No, I don't look like my passport photo.
Where did you get black eyes from? From fighting?
Yeah. We had medium weight gloves, and so literally everybody that fought had at least 1 black eye. I had 2. And so I looked lovely. It's always funny because it always looks much worse than it is. Like, they don't really hurt when I get them anyway. But people are like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you have black eyes. I'm like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Is it an ENTP thing, being sort of unaware of your own body in that sense? Because my girlfriend can be like, what's this scratch mark? What have you done? And I'm like, I don't know.
It could be. I do that all the time.
Yeah, it is an ENTP thing. It's
like 3 days later, and you're like, look at this giant scratch that's kind of now mostly healed over. I wonder what happened.
Yeah. For sure. 4SI is definitely related to that. And it's additionally it's like the FI thing, because one thing we naturally value is our feeling okay, our physical equilibrium. It's sort of the core of all valuing. The core of all FI is we have to feel okay. One of my theories is that ENTPs are consistently well cared for from birth through like 2 months or 3 months or 6 months or whatever, in that initial period of time, so that we don't have to worry about how our body feels very much. So that we don't have to think like, oh, I'm hungry again, or oh, I'm dirty for too long, or I'm not getting enough love or whatever. I think we're extremely well loved and cared for infants. And then that's what allows us to evolve into putting FI where it belongs, in the 7th slot.
Why do you think the FI belongs in the 7th slot?
Well, because it's not relevant to anything. That's why.
But is it relevant to notice your own emotions?
Well, what I mean is it oughtn't be relevant to any normative concern.
well, it doesn't really accomplish much.
It leads us astray when we're making ethical decisions. Unless we're talking about being motivated personally by empathy or compassion or something, which is fine that exists and all, and it's necessary. It's a necessary precondition to caring enough about anything to make a normative understanding, to create a conscious, objective, ethical understanding of the world. But I mean, ultimately, that's necessary because in most instances that matter, we have to judge something. We have to be like, all right, well, you feel bad, and you say that they hurt your feelings. Well, what did they do? Oh, they told you the truth about they didn't think your song was very good. Well, they didn't do you. That we have to adjudicate that. Did the person do something wrong by telling you the truth about they didn't think your song was very good, or are your hurt feelings indicative of something you need to grow on or something? It's just like there's a simple example of why we have to prioritize most of the time non-feelings in most decisions that we have to make about even the most trivial pieces of data like that.
Okay, but
I mean, that's from an MTP perspective. I'm sure FI people would feel differently.
What's the difference between having FI in 7th and 8th slot? Like, how does it manifest?
Well, I don't know how 8th manifests. Neptune or Susanna would know, but I will say my initial thoughts on the difference is, for me, 8th slot thing, I actually understand it less well, and it fires off more randomly. Whereas FI, I understand it a little bit. It's just really primitive in its development. It's like I've got, it's like a little Tyrannosaurus Rex arm, right? Whereas the 8th slot function is like the tail that just sort of swings around behind you, and you're not really paying any attention to it, and whoops, it knocks some more shit over with it.
Yeah. I have an INTP friend who's like fell in love with a girl, and he tried to rationalize his love. It was sort of silly. I was like, okay, you're in love. No, I'm not in love. It sort of denied the association of love with it. Whereas like,
right, they don't yeah. But it's like me and SE. I don't understand that things I'm doing are doing things, and I'm doing things. But I do things all the time, but I have no idea why I decide to suddenly do it or not do it. It just sort of happens. Like, and now I'm taking out the trash. Here I am. When did I decide to take out the trash? I don't know.
Yeah. I was theorizing the other day that your 8th slot, because it's usually the same sort of purpose-serving function as your main slot, right? As your number 1. And so even though you don't like it, and it's more or less the opposite of what you like to do the best, because it's a similar sort of thing in some ways, you're actually pretty good at using it. Like, you're actually pretty... It's more familiar in some ways than some other things are, even if you just kind of hate it.
You're pretty active at it, but
yeah,
not really.
Like it's somehow more comfortable. That like it's close enough or something. Like there's something more relatable about it than a lot of other shadow functions or something. Like that's my operating theory at the moment. Is that might have something to do with it.
See, you seem to have structured your life so you remember that it's fun to do SE shit. Like, for example, fighting and or shooting stuff, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
That's the
I have
thing.
to remember though. I do forget it.
I never remember to choose that. That's what it boils down to. I never remember to choose that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's always something I could be making or metaphysically.
I always, honestly, I actually have to like convince myself, and I do. It's totally memory based. It's like you remember that this was fun, right? So I have to trust myself and go, yeah, that was fun. Okay. And then I don't actually remember that it's fun until I'm doing it again. And I'm like, all right, in the middle of it, it's fun. But when I'm not actually in the middle of it, I'm like, really? Yeah. I could be doing something else. I could stay here and be reading a book.